Good afternoon. Thank you for the lovely introduction. I'm from New Delhi. And it's all right. I mean, the place that you call home doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be anything. You can call any place home if you be with the right people, if you do the right things, if you do everything in such a manner that it makes it a home. A very good afternoon to all of you, and I hope the TEDx logo is visible. Is it visible to everybody? Yes. Am I the only one who thought that TED is an actual person initially? And I used to wonder this minute after minute, every day after learning about TED, that why is there a platform named after a person, and why does that person never appear and everyone else appears on its platform, Everybody uses TED's platform except TED himself or herself. It is only after a little bit of more research I got to know about how beautifully this platform has been curated, to where technology, entertainment and design converge together and give birth to innovation. And it came to me so unexpectedly that it gave me a very, very beautiful insight into what life might be. And since everybody present over here has been so generous to present me with their precious time, I would like to share this insight with you. I would like to conduct a very small activity. I just want you all to raise your hands. I'm going to say a statement, and if you fit the criteria, raise your hand. All right. Raise your hand if you have never ever fallen ill in your life, if you have never been injured in your life, not even a single scratch, not even a common cold or cough. Perfect. What a unanimous response. Nobody has raised their hands. All right. A lot of us are college students over here, or have been students in our past, or probably may be students in the future. Or raise your hand if you have always scored what you expected in any sort of examination, any sort of test paper, any sort of activity that you have taken part in the school, in the college, or somewhere else. Sir, I would please give him a round of applause. He has scored an expected score in everything that he has done. Raise your hand if you have never been sad, if you have never been angry, even if it was for just a millisecond, even if it was for the minutest of the minute degree. किसी को कभी किसी तरह का कोई गम नहीं हुआ, किसी तरह का दुख नहीं हुआ, गुस्सा नहीं आया? I guess सारे लोगों को गुस्सा भी आया है, सारे लोग बीमार भी पड़े हैं. Everybody has, except our Mr. Lakhan, everybody scored a little less than what they expected at some point in their lives. The result is pretty obvious. These are things that we cannot avoid, but we still end up experiencing. Nobody wants to fall ill, but we still do. Nobody wants to fail in life or perform less than what they want to, but they still do. Nobody wants to be sad, but we still end up being sad or angry. There is a very, very common, very, very appreciable pattern in the three of the examples that I gave. Can anybody help me point that out? We expected, in three of the examples that I just gave, we expected, but what we expected did not happen. Talking about expectations, expectations have always been a part and parcel of our life. I guess we expect in every situation that comes up, any event that happens, we tend to assume the outcome of the event. But what usually happens is that, most of the time it happens that what we assume and what actually happens do not fall in line, right? So getting into the world of digital content creation, before lockdown happened, I had a meager 1,300 to 1,400 followers on a platform called Instagram. And after, as our host summed it up perfectly, Reels came, the format of short video content sharing platform, and it miraculously uplifted my visibility throughout the masses, and I'm really grateful to be here today, and I hope that I keep growing. However, getting into the world of digital content creation, there are certain specific problems that I'm pretty sure everybody who is in a similar niche as I am face on a day-to-day basis. One of them is growth not happening, or if it happens, it may stop at any point of time. So there is a constant feeling of apprehension which surrounds this whole world of content creation, whether we'll able to reach the amount of people that we expect or not, whether a certain number of people will engage on the content, whether they like it, share it or comment on it or not, whether people will follow us or not. I'm pretty sure there have been a lot of fights regarding Instagram followers and everything. तूने मेरे को unfollow कर दिया, तूने मैं तेरे से बात ही नहीं कर रहा कट्टी. I'm pretty sure something of related to followers has happened in everybody's life, and you know, the whole phase where we do not get the desired reach, the desired engagement, the desired number of followers. It is popularly called shadow banning. It happens very frequently with the creators. Almost everybody who's on Instagram trying to put out content over there, and everybody who's working hard, striving every day to put out fresh content, even after so many efforts, they face this situation. I'm pretty sure anybody can guess what comes after. A brief period of sadness, a brief period of self-doubt probably, frustration also. Why is my growth not happening? It was happening, everything was fine a few days ago. What happened now? I'm pretty sure that something similar to this has happened in everybody's life, right? We expect something to happen, but it does not happen, and it ends up making us sad or angry. What can we conclude from this? Can we say that expectations are the root cause for emotions like anger, sadness, and those surrounding it? Am I right? Right. Expectations, when not fulfilled, may lead to anger, may lead to a brief period of sadness, because yes, we expect the things do not go our way, we become angry, we become sad. But at the same time, now that we have come to this conclusion that expectations lead to not being fulfilled, they lead to anger or sadness. So anybody who's listening to me right now may think, all right, so expectations is the root cause of why I am sad or why I am angry. Let us let go of all expectations. Problem solved. Eureka, to hell with everybody, right? I'm sorry to anybody who's thinking this way. My apologies. I hate to break it to you, but that is practically impossible. As you see, expectations, as I said, have become an integral part of our human behavior, of the human thought processes, right? And at the same time, let's assume hypothetically, a person has no expectations. There are zero expectations that a person has. A person does not expect anything from anyone or from this world. Can you imagine the circumstances in which he or she may live in or may thrive in or possibly survive in? A person who does not expect anything from anybody will always be in doubt. And a person who always stays in doubt will have trust issues, right? So can we come to another conclusion that expectations, a certain amount of expectations are necessary because they enable building of trust, right? So combining the two conclusions that we came to, a certain threshold level of expectations is necessary for building trust, because without them we cannot survive. A newborn has to expect his or her mother to feed it, to provide it nourishment, to provide it care. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the audience over here are college students, and we are studying in this institute because you guys have been funded by your parents or guardians, right? We expect them to. We expect them to fund us to provide for our education, provide for our food, etc. So expectations, a certain threshold of expectations is probably necessary. Beyond that, any sort of expectation which has a highly likely chance of not being fulfilled may lead to anger or may lead to sadness, right? So if now that we have figured out that expectations are only necessary up to a certain minimum level, beyond that everything can be discarded. Now how do we discard it? How do we discard the extra level of expectations and keep only the minimum level necessary in a given surrounding, in a given context? It is very simple. I want everybody to ask yourself a good question, a very simple question. What's next? What is going to happen next? Can anybody in the audience tell me with full conviction, 100% guarantee that what will happen in their lives 2 years from now? Or probably 2 months? Or probably 2 days? Or what is going to happen after I finish blabbering and you guys go out? to have lunch. We can say, we can't be sure about it, but we still can say. But the point is, nothing can be said with full conviction that yes, this is going to happen. Which means life is very, very unpredictable. We do not know what is going to happen in the course of our lives. I don't think so. I think that there must be something which can be predicted, right? There must be some event in our lives, throughout the course of our lives, some event which can be predicted. I want you guys to ponder over it. But I guess I have a little shortage of time, so I'll just give you the answer. One day, everybody sitting in this auditorium, including myself, everybody sitting outside or doing whatever outside the auditorium, every human being on this planet is going to die one day. We all are going to pass away. We all will cease to exist. Death. Death is the only certain event which is going to happen in our lives. And it is compared, where it is associated with gloom, despair, probably devastation. Am I right? Life, on the other hand, it is completely the opposite. Life is completely unpredictable. The future can only be relatively predicted, but we cannot say with full conviction what is going to happen in our lives. Yet it is associated with so many happy emotions, happiness, joy, delight. It is only when we are alive that we can appreciate the beauty of this world, be it a flower growing on the sidewalk, or the vast expanse of this cosmos, or probably a world which is beyond what the eye can see. We can't do that if we are dead, right? So if life is totally unpredictable and death is the only predictable thing, then why do we keep chasing guarantee, security, certainty in life? If there is no guarantee, then why is guarantee the key to success? Study well, get in a good school, get good marks, get a good percentage in board exams, as Lakhan sir did. I hope I got your name right. Yes. All right. Get good marks in 12th class, get a good college, study hard again, do internships, be a part of societies, do a lot of extracurricular, get a good job, earn well, settle down. Why? Why do we have to do this? Why do we have to chase guarantee and security? Why do we have to why do we have to spend all our lives thinking about what is going to happen next, when we can't say for sure what is going to happen next? Lao Tzu, a very, very influential philosopher in between the 6th and the 4th centuries BCE, who existed in ancient China, once said, if you are sad or if you are depressed, then you're living in the past. If you fear something is going to happen, if you live in a constant state of fear, or if you're anxious, then probably you're living in the future. Then what is the best way to stay happy, to stay peaceful, to stay calm? It is to live in the present. And it's correct. It is only in the present where we exist. We don't exist in the future because it has not happened. We cease to exist in the past because it has already happened. Where we exist right now is in the present. It is only the present that we have, where we are consciously aware of our surroundings and we can exert certain amount of control over what is going to happen around us. The more we stay in the present, the more we get connected to our present, the more distant we become from our past and from our future. And the more we stay in our present, the lesser we expect. This is how we reduce the extra amount of expectations that I talked about, and we maintain the certain threshold of expectations which are necessary to thrive. And by letting go of all the expectations, there is completely no chance of them not being fulfilled, and hence our instances of being angry or sad reduce immediately. However, let me tell you at the same time, I'm not saying that it is guaranteed that you will never be angry or you will never be sad. It is very highly likely that you will be facing these emotions at multiple points in the future. but at the same time, in the present moment, we will be able to reduce them to a great extent, which will enable us to focus on ourselves, focus on our work, and focus on what probably may be next. I guess I will leave everybody over here with fully flourishing thoughts about the unpredictability of life. That is my time. Thank you so much.